Hey guys, welcome back to another video, another cook with me Sunday lunch vibes edition. I don't know what you want to call it. So today we're making steamed bread, beef stew, creamy spinach, beetroot, chakalaka, and potato salad. So yeah, first we're gonna start with marinating our beef stew. So you're just gonna add the seasonings, the spices that I just showed you. I really didn't measure. I just ate it, guys. Like I just ate it. So yeah, it just depends also like with how much meat you have. Then that's how you do it. You can actually, instead of using beef, you can use lamb. If you don't want to use beef, it can also work. And I've also tried the recipe with lamb and it worked out, came out perfectly fine. So yeah, after mixing everything, our beef should look like this, guys. Can you see all the juices, the spices, the sauces, everything is gonna marinate. And then you just cover the bowl with a clean wrap, and then you put in the fridge so that you know everything marinates. If you've got time, you can do it like the night before. It will marinate even more. So then after that, we're going to move on to our steamed bread. I don't want to make a lot, so I used about a cup of flour, plain cake flour. And then I added some yeast, some parsley just to give it color, and also some salt and some sugar. I put half a teaspoon of salt and about 1 3/4 tablespoon of sugar. And then I added some warm water, and then I just mixed up until I got the consistency. You're gonna see it. And then after that, I also added extra virgin oil, but you can add any type of oil that you have, or you can also add melted butter. You can melt butter in the microwave and you can add that. Maybe just 1 tablespoon of melted butter will work. And then yeah, it should look something like this. And then after that, I just covered it with a cling wrap and I put it in the microwave with a jar full of hot water. So yeah, that's what I did. And then we let it rise whilst we raise or rise. I don't know what to say. I don't know how you say it. And then yeah, we move on to the other things. Okay, so whilst the bread is raising and then also the meat is marinating, I just went on and prepped my ingredients of the other things that I'm gonna need, but some of the things are not here. I'm gonna take them out. So in here there's just my onion and then my green pepper and my red pepper. I just don't want a lot. And I've got a little bit tiny a little bit of crushed garlic, almost out, but it's gonna work. And then I also have my Knorr beef stock pot. You can also use a stock cube if you don't have this. And then my oil, and these are the seasonings that I'm gonna use. Okay, you don't see that. And then my oil, and then on the seasonings I'm just gonna add more 7 colors. I'm also gonna add more of this garlic and herb spice that I showed you earlier on, some black pepper, and I'm also gonna add some raja, for that spice thing. You don't have to eat it if you don't like spicy food. And then I'm gonna make a potato salad. So I just washed and cut my potatoes. I'm gonna boil them. And then I'm also gonna make beetroot. So I just peeled and cut my beetroot just like that. So now I'm just gonna start with, I'll probably just boil the beetroot on the side and then put it on the side whilst we work on the beef stew. And I'm sure by the time we're done with the beef stew, we'll be ready to make the steamed bread. So yeah, guys, let's get to it. This is so exciting. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys will show love to my content. And I'm also thankful for all of you guys who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscription button. Like, what are you waiting for? Join the family. You see, I'm plugging you with delicious recipes and everything. So guys, please follow. So now we move on to making our beef stew. So first you're just gonna add oil in a pot and you're gonna let it heat up. Then you add your diced onions and then you just saute them for a bit up until they're soft. And you add your green peppers. I only use green peppers. I don't want to eat the red or the yellow ones. So yeah, that's what I did. And then after that, you just saute that as well, and then you add your garlic, and then yeah, you just cook that all together like that. Then after that, you add your beef your beef stock cube, and then now we start adding the spices. So you add your curry powder, you add your black pepper, you add your garlic and herb, you add your 7 colors, just all the ingredients, the spices that I use to marinate the meat, and then you just mix everything together just like that. Then after that, you add back your marinated beef, and you just mix again. So I noticed that I had some fresh thyme in the fridge, so I got that, and I also added it to the meat. It just helps, add more flavor. If you're using fresh herbs, they just elevate the flavor, like they just bring, more flavor to the dish. So I added that, and I didn't add any water to my stew. I just let it cook on low heat. If you're worried about it, you can just add a little bit of water and then you close, and avoid opening your pot like after every 5 minutes or whatever. Just cook it on low heat. If you're scared that it might burn, just add a little bit of water and then you leave it, because all the juices from the meat, they're going to be coming out as it cooks, only if it's cooking on medium or on like low heat. If you're going to be cooking it on high heat, it's not going to work. So yeah, try it and then you let me know how it works. So yeah, we then move to the beetroot, and then you just saw me adding some butter and some onion, and then you just cook that, and then you add your cooked beetroot. And then to my beetroot, I just added the chutney. So I added about 2 tablespoons of chutney, and then I also added some honey. I alternate, and also some black pepper. I alternate between sugar and honey. So today I just let me add some honey, because on the other video that I posted on TikTok, people were suggesting that you should add honey instead of sugar. So which is what I did today. It also turned out nice. You can, if you don't have honey, you can just use sugar. It's the same really. Then yeah, after that's done, you just set it aside, and then we move on to the other things. So after an hour of cooking, your beef should look something like this. And then I just added my the veggies that I had. So I only had carrots, so that's what I added, and I also added like 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and then I just mixed everything together like that. I noticed that my stew didn't have so much sauce, so I wanted more sauce, so I used this stock powder from Woolies, or you can use any stock powder that you have or any stock that you have, and I mixed it with water, and then I just added it. It just helps to to have more sauce. So yeah, that's what I did, and then I just mixed like that, and then after mixing it, I let it simmer again on low heat for 10 minutes. Then after that, our beef will be done. So after 45 minutes, your dough should look something like this. So I just unwrapped it, and then I mixed it like that. Yeah, that's what I did. So I usually make my steamed bread in the oven, but you can make it whichever way that you used to, or whichever way that you know. But this is what I do. So I took my ramekins, and then I greased them with butter. You see me doing that. I used 3 of them, and then after that I just divided my dough into 3, and then I added it into all of them like that. But you see that one of them had less, so I then took from the first one and added to the last one, and beef from the first one and added to the last one, so that at least they'll come out looking even. Then after that I just transferred them to this oven dish. That's the one that I usually use, or the bigger one. And then I also added boiling water to the pan. Then after adding boiling water, I just covered it with foil, and then I transferred it to the oven. So in the oven, you need to bake it. I bake mine for 25 minutes, depending, like if I'm using these small containers or if I'm using like a loft tin or something. So I baked it 25 minutes at 200 degrees, and then yeah, that's that. Then now we move on to our chakalaka, and then you just add oil to the pot and then some onions. For everything that I cooked, I only used one onion, so I divided that one onion with everything that I was making. Then you add your onion, you saute that, and then you add your green peppers and your red peppers. You can also add your yellow pepper or what. I had it, but not. I just didn't want to to cut more stuff. And then after that you add your garlic, and then you just cook that like that. Then I added the carrots. I grated. I think these are like 2 big carrots, not big but medium-sized carrots. So I just grated those, and then I added them to the veggies, and then I seasoned mine with salt, paprika, the all seasoning spice from Woolers, thyme, and turmeric. Then after adding and curry powder. Then after adding those spices, I then added the beans, and then I just mixed. I noticed that my chakalaka was a little bit looking dry. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look dry. So then I added that sauce. I don't know how to say it, but you see it on the screen. I don't want to butcher the name. So yeah, that one. I added that sauce, and I also added some barbecue sauce, and then a little bit of water, and then I just mixed everything together. And yeah, guys, that's how I make my chakalaka. So depending on what vegetables I have on hand, I add those to it. I just change it up. I use what I have. But yeah, that's what we did to the chakalaka. Then now we move on to the creamy spinach. Same thing, oil. Then you add your onion. You saute that until soft. And then after that I added butter, and I just let that melt. Whilst that was almost melted, I added about 1 tablespoon of flour, and then I cooked it on low heat, so that the flour cooks. You don't want your creamy spinach to be smelling of flour or tasting. You don't want to taste that flour in your creamy spinach. So yeah, I just cooked that on low heat for about 5 minutes, and when it was looking good, then I added my fresh cream. And then you have to be fast when you add the fresh cream, because if you're slow, then it's going to create some lumps, and you don't want that. So that's what I did. I noticed that this pan was not the right pan. What was not the great pan that I could have used for this, because it's a non-stick, and it was just difficult for me to mix the spinach and all. But yeah, we got it done. So then you add your spinach, and then you mix, and then and then after that you add I just seasoned mine with salt and pepper, and then yeah, that's it. You set it aside. Then now we move on to the last thing that we have on the menu, which is our potato salad. So in a bowl, you're just going to add about 1 tablespoon of salad cream, 1 teaspoon of mustard, about a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and you mix. You can also add honey if you want like that sweet taste, or yeah. And then I added the cooked potatoes, and I had some fresh parsley, and then I just added fresh parsley as well, and then I mixed everything together. And yeah, that's all that you need to do to the potato salad, and then you set it aside up until you need it. So 25 minutes later, our steamed bread was ready, and it was looking so delicious. This turned out so nice. I enjoyed it, and it was so fluffy, guys. Can you see? Fluffy it was just giving everything. So then after that, I just plated my plate. So for lunch, I made beef stew. I served it with steamed bread, chakalaka, beetroot, potato salad, and cream of spinach. I really enjoyed myself, guys. You should try it out and you let me know what you think. And yeah, guys, please don't forget to subscribe and also follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, and on my Facebook. See you in the next video. Bye.